Welcome to our podcast. I'm Iris from the Hair Chapel in Brisbane. We know hair, we understand business, and we drink wine.
My name's Meg, owner of Era Hair in Brisbane also. We're here to have fun. We're here to laugh about the sad truth and reality of running business, running our chaotic lives and making it all work.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Hello and welcome to the first episode of the year, and it's a very special one because I have got, well, in my view, the most important guest in the world, and it's my lovely daughter, Lana Rose Harris. Welcome to the podcast.
Hi, thank you.
So we finally got her on, and we're going to talk about today what it is to be a daughter of somebody who has got a business, who is working really hard, and the pros and the cons. And I hope she's going to be very honest with me, and hopefully, it's not going to make me feel bad too much. But yeah, we really need to talk about that because I think there's a lot of mums out there who have got businesses who are trying to juggle a lot of their time, and it does come good look at us sitting here together. So tell me a little bit about what it's like to have a mum who's always working, to be quite honest.
So when I was younger, I didn't really like it because my mum was always just talking about the salon, just always focused on the salon, and I always thought she was never focused really on me, even though she was, but she would never express that to me, I felt like. But now I see it as a different side because I'm growing older. I'm more in the salon now. I'm working there. And I appreciate my mum more for it and growing, and I've seen her do everything like that. So
yeah, no, I do agree with that. So I think I'm one of them people that if I'm working, I'm in work mode, and if I'm not working, I'm not in work mode. And I've had to really differentiate that because one thing we've always done when you were in school was make sure that every school holiday I was off. Yeah. So we always did stuff in school holidays. So say some of the things that we did over the years during school holidays.
Like we would go to the zoo, Mum would sometimes come and do my hair and do like a little pampering. We'd get our nails done. We would just have quality time together, really.
And this is it. I think that's the right way to say it, because I think it's very hard as a person who's a mum and needs to divide themselves at home, and then you don't get that quality time. But when we are off for the school holidays and we go camping and we go on holidays and all that, it's really that compressed quality time together. Do you agree with that? Or
yeah, for sure.
So basically having the time set out, allocated, is sometimes better, I think, than trying to fit in a few hours here or a few hours there, and therefore making sure that we've got that time together. And what was the good bit about that, of having that time, the allocated time together? So you said, we go to the spa. That was quite an often thing, have our nails done, and so we want to do that quite a lot. But then we've done some amazing trips as well. So say some of the trips that you've been part of that have been absolutely amazing, and that we've been able to do because we work so hard and earn a living to be able to do some of those trips.
So because quality time means a lot in our family, me and Mum rented a van, we did that together, and we did like a little cute girls road trip. And then me and my mum went volunteering in Cambodia, and we taught people, the less fortunate, how to cut hair and stuff. And I think that really changed my life and like how I think about ways and stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm really grateful that we did do that because not many people my age have that experience and have that opportunity. And I think I've grown as a person because I've seen different ways of.
Well, that says it. We've really brought you up to go camping, and from camping to go to do volunteer trips, and then have some amazing trips, stay in some nice places as well. But let's go back to the volunteering trip. We've done like a few hair aid trips. We've done the Cambodia trip, and that was a special thing. And again, I want to talk to a lot of parents out there who have got a business and who are doing well. And hey, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. She's spoiled. Do we agree on that? Yeah, you
Maybe.
probably refer to different. I think she's spoiled, right? So she has everything that her lovely heart desired, and I don't want to change that. And I really want to give her everything that we can. But then I also want to teach her the real value of life, and we make sure that she does understand that it's a privilege having, a good lifestyle, but you have to work hard to get that lifestyle. And then when you have got the free time, please live it up, and then we did things like hair aid trip, because I'm not going to say to my child, go, all right, tomorrow I want you to go to school barefoot because I want to teach you a few lessons. It's not gonna happen, right? So by exposing her to different things like that, she does the community cuts with us as well, with hair aid, really exposes you to different environments. So tell me a little bit about your trip to Cambodia. What did you experience?
So I experienced seeing a new way of life. And because I was brought up in Australia, like everyone was really just the same as me, but I got to see how really people not work, but especially at such a young age. I think I went when I was
15.
15, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to run your salon with confidence?
Then you have to come to me. I run an 8-week program from booked out boss to fired up salon owner. Go to my website, saloncoachingbiz.com, and you can book a complimentary, no obligation consultation with myself for a business analysis. So one of the things that we did, we went to an orphanage, and then we went to cut the hair, but then bearing in mind you couldn't cut hair yet, so she came to do some other stuff. So in that orphanage that was in a slum, so to speak. So when you got there, what was your job when you were there? What did you do when you were there?
I would be interacting with the kids because some people's mothers and stuff would come and they wouldn't be able to afford like someone to look after them, so I would be looking after them so they didn't have any distractions while getting taught how to cut hair. And then I would be like refilling water bottles and just, I don't know, just being there really and just...
And also you were giving out to the little kids, you were giving out all the resources and all that sort of stuff. So that was really good. So we always give them like books and pencils and all things like that. So that was really good. And then we went from Siem Reap to Phnom Penh, and then you were, we were separate. We were separated. And I did ask to Selena, would it be possible for me and Lana to be separate? Because I think, again, as a business person, I think a lot of people bring their, well, not just a business person, bring their child up and they become really quintessential themselves. And I really want Lana to become her as her person. I want Lana to be Lana. So if we would have been put in the same group of people who we teach, then I can't avoid it. My mother instinct takes over. I'd be Lana, do this, do that, blah, blah, blah. Go, come there, do that. And that is just making sure that, she's doing what she's supposed to do. But then removing myself from the situation, you can actually prove yourself what to do and who to be. And how did you, because you thought when the beginning when we went, there's like going to be, my mum is going to be there and it's going to be me. But no, it was really about you becoming you, wasn't it?
Yeah, for sure. And I think because of that, I created really genuine connections with people really around the world. There were some people from America, down in Perth, and just really around the world. And now they just really...
Still in contact.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this is it. I think giving you the ability to grow yourself. And bearing in mind, she was 15. Tell you a little story that really happened. Yes. So just so you know, in Cambodia, there is obviously if your sexual orientation could be gay or lesbian, you are not necessarily respected in your family group. And therefore, those particular people get ousted out of their family. And as it happened, you were the one who was put in that community, helping out with those fabulous people. And so... Lana was exposed to quite a lot at 15. And a lot of these particular people were working in a drag queen club at night. And then I remember one of the girls came to me and they said, oh my God, we've just been invited to the nightclub of one of the people who we've been teaching all week, and to say thank you, they want us to come to their show. And they're like, is Lana allowed to come? I'm like, yeah, hell yeah. I said, she's allowed to come to the gay bar, to the nightclub, drag queen club. She has worked the whole week just like you guys. So I said, of course she can come. So, Mother of the Year award right there, exposing my child to it at the year of 15. And you know what? We had a great time, didn't we? Yeah. Tell me what you did. Come on. Expose yourself.
I would be dancing. I'd be just, I don't know, having a good time.
And where were you dancing? Come on. Don't be afraid. Say
on
it.
the dance floor.
No, on the stage with with some of them. So yeah, that was really good. And you know what? It's good memories for the rest of your life. So then we're gonna go and talk about some other things that we've done. We've done we do the community cuts as well. So tell me a little bit about the community cuts that we do every month.
So I do think that's quite, as much as I enjoy it, I think it's quite scary because sometimes people, especially because I wouldn't really hear them, and I'm not the bestest hairdresser. I'm still an apprentice.
Correct.
And they would be very demanding,
Yeah.
So I would have to make sure that I'd always get my mum if need be, if somebody's not being the kindest to me.
Yeah.
But it's just nice to just give to the community and just...
I think here and there is a person, I suppose, that is a little bit more, they have not had the best education. And I think for a person of your age, it could be a little bit confronting. But we've got a lot of beautiful people there as well. So we've got really nice people there. So it's good to expose your child to all different aspects, because it allows your child to expose yourself to different environments. And I think we are protecting our children too much to be sugar-coated and to be put in those boxes to protect themselves. And I think they become very vulnerable in the world, and they can't navigate themselves in different environments. I've always been one of the independent baby. So, she's always been very, very independent. So much so that, what did you do when you were 11 years old? Was it 11? No.
I think so.
Yeah,
it was 11. I flew to Europe and I was there for a month by myself. Well, obviously, I've got family over there. Yeah. So I was with them.
Yeah. So we had the family in Europe that said, oh my God, can we see Lana? Can we see Lana? Can we see Lana? And then I was like, okay, let's put her on a plane to Europe and see how that goes. So she was 11 when she flew all the way by herself to Europe, stayed in Europe by herself with her grandparents, obviously aunties and uncles, and then flew all the way back. So how did you feel flying on that flight?
I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Because I didn't have my parents to I had that freedom, but it was quite scary. It was quite, nervous, but
yeah. It teaches you to cope. You've got to cope. Yeah. And this is it. It's again of putting yourself into that position that you normally wouldn't be in. And then all of a sudden you have to make decisions that you otherwise wouldn't do, like drinking a lot of Coke and eating lots of sweeties. And if your mum is not there, that's what you do. That's what you do when your mum is not there. So we've got that. And now we finally got you into hairdressing. So tell me about hairdressing. How do you feel about hairdressing?
I'm really enjoying it at the moment. I'm just starting my apprenticeship. I was school-based for a couple months, and then I went full-time because I just graduated school, and now it's the new year, so I'm just starting my apprenticeship full-time now.
And how does it feel?
It feels really good. I'm really enjoying it heaps.
You can see it.
Yeah.
You can see you're enjoying it. And bearing in mind, she's just started. She started at 11. At 11, you started in the salon, and I remember you sweeping up, and then she was doing Saturday work and things like that. And then she became a little bit, I don't want to really do that, 13 years of age and 14 years of age. And then that was it. It became too difficult to have her at that particular age working in the salon. And then she got a job in Subway. Yeah, you loved that, didn't you?
I did, yeah.
Yeah, you're still saying that was the best job ever. I'm like, oh my God, really, was it? And then you worked in Subway, and then you worked in the Indian restaurant as well. And then you worked in the Chinese restaurant. And then you were working as an electrician. Yeah. And I always knew she was going to come back as a hairdresser, just so you know. I always knew. But you know what? They have to make it in their own time. And we were sitting down a few months back, and we knew by that time that electrical wasn't the way she was going to go. And I didn't want to say to you, oh, do you want to become a hairdresser? No, that was not what I wanted to do. I wanted her to come to me and say, so I was thinking about giving hairdressing a go. And I was like, yes, bring it on. So, you know, you've got an empire that could become yours potentially if you choose to have it. So how does it feel sometimes to have pressure on you as well? Because you work in a big team in the salon.
Yeah, I do. So I really enjoy that I work with a big team because it makes me just get different connections, because I'm not just the daughter's boss, if that makes sense. I'm working there, I'm putting in the effort, and my mum's usually not there. She'll only be there for like a smidgen of the time. And I really do like it because I always knew hairdressing was a fallback option, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I never wanted to put my whole effort into hairdressing, just the first thing I did. So I wanted to try something different. So I was like, oh, I might as well do electrical. So I did that for maybe 2 years, like under 2 years. Mm-hmm. And then I realized, I don't think this is what I want to do. I want to do something a bit more like me.
Mm-hmm. I think one of the things that happened is you wanted to be different.
Yeah.
I think you did not want to be like mum. And which teenager does? Like, I'm not saying that there isn't teenagers out there who wants to be like their mum, and good on you if they are. But you wanted to be different. I think that was quintessential. Yeah. And you went to look for something that was so far different, the furthest of what hairdressing was going to be. And therefore you took to a trade and you chose electrical. You're very good in maths. You always were top at maths. So you knew that electrical would be something that you would be doing. Am I fair in saying that that's kind of what the thought process was behind choosing that?
Yes and no.
Okay.
I knew I wanted to do something because I had a friend who I looked up to at the time doing it. Mm-hmm. And I just, wanted to just give it a go. And especially because my school had the program to be able to.
Yeah.
So I was like, I did some work experience. I really enjoyed that. And don't get me wrong, as much as I enjoyed it, I knew that I just couldn't do it for the rest of my life. But I'm really grateful that I have that knowledge, because you do learn a lot in the 2 years. So
hell yeah, absolutely. And I think also when you looked at it, and that is what I saw from you coming home. You came home and you was dirty and stinky. Yeah, you just are. And I was like thinking, this ain't no glamorous job. And then you see me with the girls in the salon, Instagram and going away and looking pretty and I'm not saying that is the be all and end all. I'm not saying that at all. But you started to think, hang on a second, my mum is having so much fun with the girls, and we do fun things, like we go on the retreat, we do, and normally whether you've worked there or not, you've been with us to the retreat regardless, privileges. But you're like, no, I think this is not it. And I think all the other things started to build up, looking at the fun that we're having with the team. And I think you like, I'm working with this one particular person in the loft that I've sat all day. And then it's a male environment. Nothing wrong with that.
For sure.
But, if it's a Christmas party, it was a whole bunch of men going fishing and things like that. So I think when we're going on our Christmas party, it was a whole bunch of women drinking cocktails by the pool. Like, hey.
I think also another thing that made me want to change into hairdressing, and especially work with mum, because I saw how much of a boss you were. Because my best friend was doing hairdressing at the time, but in another salon, and she was always telling me how much she wanted to join our team, how much, and she is now with us now.
Oh yeah.
But she really made me understand how much of a good boss you have and that you are. And then it made me think, I've got that opportunity. I might as well take it, learn, and just.
Oh, that makes me feel special. But it's true. And with or without you, I do try to be a good boss, and I get it wrong sometimes, and I do try to be a good mum, and I get it wrong sometimes. And I try to do everything good, but hey, we get it very wrong sometimes. And I think it's good to see that from your point of view as well, because, when I get it wrong, I will definitely admit to that. And, we get it wrong. In that point of view, I think it's really good for you to see me raw. In my raw state and vulnerable state, and also seeing you seeing me, or us, I would say us, grow, and also see, like, again, I'm going to say it again, having a privileged life, but how hard we have to work for it. Like, seriously, I work hard, but I also, like, you turned 18 in August, and then in September we went away for the weekend, just girls' weekend. And she has got a dad. I love my husband to bits. We do. It sounds like it's just the two of us, which it's not. We do a lot together, like as a family. And sometimes when there has been times where I couldn't do something in the weekend, you've been away with your dad, haven't you? Just a weekend away with your dad. So we've always made sure that, you know, when it needs to be, or when we can. We've done stuff together. So, you know, we've got the positives of working into the salon. We've got the negatives of working into the salon with a mum. And then let's talk about all the other things. Like you've been part, like since you were yay high, to going to events like, we were at Redken before, like you've been to Redken events all over the place, and now in May you're going to the NAC event. Tell me about that. None of this would be possible with our amazing sponsors, NAC.
And either with great hair.
Do you want to be part of a great hair care range, education team and community? Go to their website, nachair.com.au.
It makes me definitely feel privileged that I'm able to see it at such a young age. Like, I've grown up with hairdressing. Like, I remember being in like the salon when I was like 6, like practicing to foil my friend's hair. My mum going, how do you remember to do that? And I was like, oh, I don't know. And she was like, it's good.
I remember having a video, and you must have been, we were in Tea Tree Court, that shows you how young you were, and you've got, it was actually a Redken t-shirt that you were on, and you're doing scissor over comb. And I think if you're going to be 4 or 5 years old, you can't have been more than that, 4 or 5 years old, and doing scissor over comb. And I had not taught you anything. It is simply, you take to it like a duck to water. She's an absolute natural, I kid you not. So for me, it was really hard when I saw you wanting to become an electrician, and as a parent not allowed to say anything because you have to let your children do what they need to do, and they have to figure it out by themselves. And I'm like, oh my God, you're just such a waste of fabulousness in the hairdressing industry. And it felt really, really difficult. And I've had to tell your dad numerous times, I'm like, oh my God, if only she chose hairdressing. And to be quite honest, I thought you were going to come to your senses, so to speak, if I can call it that, when you were well into your 20s, when you know, and I thought that's when it's going to happen. But no, you've done it earlier. Yay! So you did it when you're 17. So that's 18, around 17, 18, doesn't matter. You've come to us. So have you got a message? And I don't know if you're going to be able to answer that, or you have to think about it, but have you got a message for people girls, boys, whose parents have got businesses and they have to separate their time, like they're always working? What would you say to the kids?
I would say make sure you try other things, because maybe electrical was what I was supposed to do. But because I tried it and I tried different things, I always knew hairdressing was what I was supposed to do, and I knew that was actually me. And it makes me get another appreciation for it, because I see how much you work and I see all the outside things. It's not a 9-to-5 job for me. Like when my mum's sick, I'm having to run around giving pieces of paper to the lawyers. I'm having to go talking to all these people, being there basically for my mum as my mum, because got my mum's best.
You've got a salon's best since.
Exactly, because as much as my mum succeeds, then I can.
More money in the bank for you. Is that how it works? Technically, yes. Yeah. Yeah, no, and let us talk about the papers of the lawyers, and it's exactly, that's one of the things, isn't it? So we basically moving salon, and then we had to sign the lease, and the papers had to get to the solicitors, and I had influenza A, so I was out of action for, oh my God, I was out of action. I've been so sick. And so Lana was my skivvy, and she doesn't know it yet, but we've assigned her another job today, just FYI. She's on the shopping list, and now the manager is going to give her the just share that with you, give her the petty cash, and then she's got to go and is in charge of the Kmart job. How hard can it be? And the Aldi job. So that's, it's a privilege, but it's not a privilege, right? This is an extra job that you're going to be assigned, just simply because if we run out of stuff, you're there all the time.
Exactly,
so on your way, you can stop along the way, but it has to be done. And if I'm not there, I was like, oh yeah, Lana can do that. Boop, on the shopping list. So nice and easy, and this is the sort of stuff. Yeah, is she going to be privileged? Yeah, absolutely. Are you going to get extra jobs that you're not going to like? Absolutely. You're going to go, damn, I need to go do it there, and now I have to pick up coffee, and I haven't got time to do that. But what does that teach you? What it teaches you to delegate.
Yeah,
it teaches you to be, because, and this is where I've got a problem for the moment, where I'm thinking, you're being chucked in the in the hair chapel, and you're going to be an apprentice, and you're a first year apprentice, and there's other first year apprentices in there, and like I've done always everything with you, and you've always been part of everything that I do, and I'm not going to change that, and therefore, like you say, you're going to come to knack with me, and unfortunately you don't have to hit your target like some of the staff who have to do that, and that is full on me, and I know that's full on me because it does allow you to get away with a lot of other things that you shouldn't be getting away with me. But then I'm like thinking my need is bigger because I want you there, because the other thing is as well, you're freaking brutally honest with me. Yeah, so you're going to tell me the truth, and we talk about the business, and the business has grown because we have had those conversations before. And let's talk about that, actually, which brings it to a complete different conversation. We're just we're moving to a completely bigger salon. Tell the people what my vision was for the salon. Was.
So my mum wanted flamingo chandeliers, giraffes paintings, like toys, like just crazy, like just full onto the eye. And we have this, like, I don't want to say designer, but we have a designer.
Yeah.
And she was having a meeting on Tuesday or something.
But first of all, you told me, nah.
Yeah.
Pack it in, Mum. Nah. Maybe you like that. And I'm a bit crazy. Everybody that knows me knows that I've got more than one screw loose, So, and I was going to have the salon. I was going to have like giraffes and flamingos, and we're going to have rhinos and all that sort of stuff. And now Lana goes like, yeah, no, the girls are not on board with this. Like, we shouldn't do this. And then I had to like process that. And then...
But it's not even just the girls. It's not what the clients, what the overall image people would like. Maybe it is Iris, 100%. And that is definitely what our house looks like.
Sorry.
But
crazy. Yeah.
But in the salon, you're not just... like
Correct.
pleasing Iris, you're pleasing your clientele, you're pleasing everyone. So I sometimes have to rein my mum in a nice way, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
And there's sometimes where I'm like, this cannot, like, in a nice way. Like,
no, you do.
We need to have just plain lighting, neutrals, because the trends are minimal and neutral.
And this is it. And I think if I wouldn't have had that opportunity for me and Lana to have that conversation, we wouldn't have been able to rein it in. And just so you know, I am so happy with the new aesthetics of the salon. It's going to open in about 3 weeks' time. Follow us on Instagram whilst we're at it. And then you will see the transformation of, instead of having swinging giraffes and flamingos from the ceiling, what the interior is going to be now, and it's going to look absolutely amazing. So, and this is really good because it's really good to have somebody who's got my best interest in mind to play that off with. So thank you for doing that. So we've got our new salon going in there. We've also completely rebranded.
Yeah.
And one day, obviously, you're going to want to have your own salon.
Mm-hmm.
And this is why I feel I have to rein myself in sometimes and make sure that I realize, no, she is an apprentice and you have to start from the bottom. Now, how does that feel?
I'm definitely finding it quite challenging, but that's going to be with all apprentices. I'm definitely the type of person who, when I'm getting started, I just want to be able to do everything, but that's not how hairdressing apprenticeship works. I'm having to start with roots, retouches, I'm having to do short blow dries, and all I want to do is just blonde foils, hair cutting, and I'm having to learn all the basics now because I never was able to learn them when I was like 11 and stuff. And I'm starting up my Instagram now and I'm doing all that. So it's quite difficult for me to be able to be like, hey, Lana, you can't just jump in. You need to really
start from the bottom.
Exactly.
I remember when you were in Aunt's place and you had flamingo. See, this is why it was flamingos. Flamingo gloves. Can you remember those flamingo gloves? And you were picking hair out with toothpicks from the railing. Yeah, see, she's done the dirty jobs as well. So don't you think? And then we had a toilet in one of the shops and we made you clean the toilet as well. So she's had to start from the bottom, but keeping her there for long enough has been a bit of a challenge. And one day you will be an amazing manager because you have got really good ability to delegate. So absolutely love that. Now, on that note, we're going to end up on our beautiful podcast with my beautiful girl, Lana. And where can they find you? How can they follow you?
So I've just started my Instagram up this week and I'm Lana_the Hair Chapel.
Yeah, that's correct. Lana_the Hair Chapel. And go and follow her and see what she's going to be going through her apprenticeship and what she's been up to. And obviously follow the Hair Chapel Cleveland as well. And if you like what you're hearing, please subscribe to our podcast, comment if you like what you're hearing, and follow us. Thank you, and we see you next time.
Thank you.
Bye.